This is a Komatsu PC138USLC-11 Excavator. Holy cow, Komatsu, that's a mouthful. This was made by First Gear, and it's in 1/50th scale. Now this PC138, I'm not saying the rest of it, is really nice from First Gear. First Gear, I know I have a love affair with them, but they typically do a really good job on all their Komatsu diecast models. And this is another fine example. It's really well done. The functionality is great, the details are great, and it's really affordable. Like, it's really affordable for what you get, and First Gear just typically tends to nail that kind of stuff. Now, a PC138 is typically a fine grading excavator, so you don't often see it with a tooth bucket, but, I mean, you can put whatever you want on it, honestly. For the most part, it's a 13.5 metric ton excavator, which typically means fine grading. You can do whatever you want with it, but in my experience, all the 13.5s I've ever run, they were for fine grading, around buildings or getting ready for curb or paving, dressing up here and there, running swales, all that fun stuff. The ones that I run had a tilt bucket on them, like a 42-inch tilt bucket with a smooth cutting edge for fine grading, because that's what they're great at. If you really had to hog out dirt and load trucks, you can do it, but man, it's going to be a long day. The thing is just built for fine grading, and they are excellent at it. That's one of the reasons why these have blades, because, if you're dressing up somewhere and you're kind of working yourself clean, from one end of the property to the other, you can use that blade to just kind of get all the little bits and pieces and fine grade. There's no other way to put it. It's for fine grading. It's going to get you on grade, dressed up, and clean. And they're great at that. They really are. Are you going to push piles over, move mountains with this blade? No, you're not. But you're going to leave a very clean work area, and that's what it's for. Overall, this thing just looks great sitting on the shelf. First Gear just does a great job, with all the engine paneling and the paint and the decals. It looks great. It's got just the right amount of hydraulic hoses on it. You even have the hydraulic hoses down here on the blade, which is really pretty cool. The range of motion is just about excellent. It's everything that you would expect from First Gear. They typically do a great job, and you kind of have a, expectation of quality, I guess. If you look inside the cab interior is just excellent. I mean, it really is very good. It's just great. You have the lights and the handrails and the mirrors. They all look good. You got the mirrors over here. You got your camera back here. Now, I guess this is a reduced tail swing excavator. It's not a zero swing, tail swing, whatever you want to call it. So you do have the little camera back there, but it's still pretty nice. Like I said, they're made so you can get right up next to a building and, get everything ready for sidewalk or seating or whatever. Basically, it saves an awful lot of handwork. Like, these things are just fantastic machines. They really are. I've never run the Komatsu, but like I said, I run cases and Deers and Hitachis, the 13.5 tons. And I'm not a huge guy, but I'm pretty tall. And so far, all of them, the cabs are just a little bit too small. I mean, you're real cozy in there. Like, I never had room to put my lunchbox in. But it's kind of the nature of the machine. It's made to get into small, tiny areas and dress up and just be an overall handy machine. And they're certainly very good at that. Look underneath. You even have, your skid pan there to get into your turntable. That's really cool. The undercarriage is really very nice. It's not spring-loaded, but it still holds tension pretty well on the tracks. The tracks are just excellent. It's so easy to take the metal tracks for granted these days because it's become so normal that you're just going to get a great little replica of the machine. You're going to have hydraulic hoses. You're going to have metal tracks. You even have the cylinder savers, the armor, whatever you want to call it, the shields for your blade cylinders, which is really cool. You even have the painted fuel cap there on the fuel tank. It's just, overall, it's a really nice excavator. It's a really nice model, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, you expect certain things from First Gear, and they typically deliver with great consistency. So, and like I said, these can be found for a pretty good deal. Well under $100, which, you know, it wasn't that long ago. If you got something that was this nice of detail, you were looking at well over $100. And just to think that it's, you know, 50, 60 bucks, get you this, that's a steal. That's a steal all day long. Anyway, that's about all I got for this. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. I might just have it. And if you want to see more of what I got, please subscribe to Maryland Construction Diecast. And thanks for watching.